Good day, everyone. I'm Lewis.
And I'm Kevin.
And welcome to the Good Critic Bad Critic Christmas Special! Woo!
What in the fuck are you doing? Just play the regular intro.
Oh, come on, Kevin. This is the most special time of the year.
Can you really call it special even though I don't feel the special in it?
Especially because it's the month where we get to celebrate the joy and happiness that we get from our friends and family and exchange gifts to represent the love we have for each other.
Could you shut the fuck up? You're already making this harder for me! Christmas, it's nothing but capitalism at its peak, disguised as something that it isn't. The supposed holiday spirit.
Well, I know exactly what to do to bring up your holiday spirit.
Alcohol?
No, but it's something better.
What is it better than? Oh, wait, no, I know where this is going. Nope, no. You can forget about it. I am not gonna do any Christmas activities with you.
But I already picked the perfect movie.
You can f***ing forget about it.
Alright. What would you want to watch?
Well, if I had to pick Christmas movies, I would go for Jack Frost, Christmas with the Cranks, or the old-time classic, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, no, I should probably be the one to pick the movie.
Oh, okay, then you can forget about me being in this video. Fuck this shit. I am out. I am gonna lock myself in my room.
No, wait, Kevin!
What can you possibly offer to keep me here?
I'll buy you that anime figurine you wanted.
Fine, but I actually expect to see it, and I mean it, Lewis.
Don't worry, buddy. I didn't need $300 anyway.
Okay, you got me. I'm sitting down. You somehow convinced me. What is your poison?
I wanted us to look at a very nostalgic film for me, The Santa Claus.
To be honest, I thought you would pick something like Home Alone or Die Hard.
Good picks, but this one holds a very special place in my heart.
Released in 1994, this started a pre-Toy Story Tim Allen. Despite getting an alright reception, it was a massive hit in the box office and is now considered a Christmas classic.
It also spawned 2 sequels that I haven't seen, but I can tell are pretty awful.
The film tells a simple story of a father who takes the position of Santa Claus but refuses to believe in it while his son tries to convince him otherwise.
So basically it's like any other Christmas movie. Christmas propaganda. Which is fine, but I always call bullshit for how these movies are done. There's barely any difference in these types of movies and are just cash grabs for the holiday season.
Well, let's take a watch and see if the Christmas spirit is still inside you.
Lewis, I don't want to hear Christmas spirit, holiday spirit, or any other f***ing variation of it that exists.
I make no promises.
Este hijo de pu-
We start this holiday romp with our main character Scott Calvin, who attends an office party celebrating record-breaking sales. However, he comes late to receive his son Charlie Calvin, who's disillusioned to Christmas thanks to his stepfather Neil. Still, Scott tries to give him a good time by even taking him to Denny's.
Everybody likes Denny's. It's an American institution.
Yeah, I call racism.
I honestly have nothing to say about that.
And just with the possibility of Lewis ever getting laid, the dinner ends in disaster.
Ooh, too close to home, man.
Back at the house, Scott reads him a bedtime story, but Charlie keeps questioning the Santa mythology.
How do reindeer fly? They don't have any wings.
Honestly, that is a good question. What is that whole ordeal of reindeers flying?
Because of magical Christmas dust.
I'm pretty sure that magical dust is just cocaine.
How does cocaine make you fly?
Well, you clearly have not tried cocaine. Later, Charlie wakes up Scott due to noises on the roof. He finds out it's Santa and kills him. So Santa's dead. Can we go now?
We're only 15 minutes, pal. Come on. Scott reads a card found in Santa's corpse. Wow, that feels weird to say. And is compelled by the reindeers to assist in dropping off presents.
Ha ha, fart joke. Ha ha. Ay, me quiero matar.
Give this movie credit, it only took the movie this long to get us a fart joke.
But there's still a fart joke in there regardless! Ah!
Despite some difficulties, he successfully delivers the presents and is taken to the North Pole.
And throughout this whole ordeal, we get to witness the... What's another word for terrible? Abominable special effects that actually predate the PS1.
I agree the CGI is kinda rough, but I'll give credit for the animatronics on the reindeers. It looks real enough while still having a cartoony edge.
No, cut the bullshit, Lewis. This is far from realistic. In fact, it's the literal dictionary definition of uncanny.
They're flying deer. How realistic can you take it?
First off, the flying deer is not a valid point. And second off, they killed Santa. So why not go all the way with the realism?
Are we seriously going to keep debating on whether it's appropriate to have a cartoony deer or not?
Well, it is much, Much better than talking about the actual movie.
Maybe, but I want to finish this before Christmas.
They arrive at Santa's workshop, which actually looks really cool, as they are met by the elves.
You mean kids, right?
No, they're supposed to be elves.
But they are played by kids.
Yeah, but they're meant to be more mature.
But they are kids. That's kind of messed up if you kind of think about it.
Why don't we ignore that problematic element and just move on?
One elf in particular named Bernie,
Bernard.
sorry, as he explains that since he read the card from Santa and put on the coat, he legally signed the Santa Claus, making him the new Santa.
Oh. The Santa Claus.
Hey, you get it.
Oh, come on, it's clever. Scott tries to refuse the offer, but Bernard insists that they need to be a Santa, though Scott refuses to believe him. He shows him the workshop regardless.
Card in the Santa suit. You said you read it, right?
Oh, wait. I got that reference. This movie. I hate this movie.
What's wrong with it?
That is a reference to Tim Allen's Home Improvement, and I hate that I got it.
That's a weird thing to get angry about.
I'm not angry about that.
Alright, buddy. Whatever you say.
Another elf named Judy escorts him to their rooms, giving him new pajamas representing his new role and discussing the importance of the Christmas spirit.
Louis, you promised not to say that.
It's a huge plot point in the movie. I have to bring it up.
Its importance to the plot. You broke it regardless.
I never promised anything.
Just shut up.
Kevin, why are you angry at this movie of all things?
Because even though we're halfway through the movie, I can already tell where this is going. And spoiler alert, it's like any other Christmas movie. I hate Christmas movies because they are always the exact same thing. The fact that they remind me how overrated the holiday season is makes me even more angry.
I could go into this, but we'll be here all day.
Die, you motherfucker!
Don't know if that counts as a fuzz you moment. Oh well. Love you too.
Scott and Charlie stay the night at the workshop.
I'm taking over, f off.
Okay then.
So Scott wakes up with the pajamas he was given, with Charlie pointing out that it has the exact same initials as his name. Oh, wait. Scott Calvin. Santa Claus. Oh! No! This movie!
Kevin, it's cool wording.
Nope, that is my breaking point. Either double my offer or I'm out.
I'll get you another figurine. Didn't need groceries anyway.
Muchas gracias, amigo. So after the North Pole encounter, Charlie, without a care in the world, tries to convince everyone, and I mean everyone, that his dad is Santa Claus, which is just certified cringe. Which, with that, I will give this movie a cringe out of 10. Now that I think about it, the entire second half is just that. It's just Charlie trying to convince everyone, including his father, about the whole Christmas with everyone not believing him and Scott being in denial. It's just repeating that for 2 more times and that's the rest of the movie.
Well, there's a bit more than that. There's Scott slowly turning into Santa Claus, the wife and stepfather taking legal actions against Scott, there's the whole conflict with Scott's belief in Santa, and the main arc of the relationship between Charlie and Scott.
The whole Charlie and Scott relationship just happens because the plot demands it. It's not like Scott slowly builds up the Christmas spirit and he only accepts the role because he's doomed into it for eternity.
Well, that's a very cynical way of looking at it.
Oh, you want me to be more cynical? Literally, the only reason why Charlie likes his father now is because he's turning into Santa Claus. Not because they're trying to get along. No, for that reason alone.
Well, look at it from Charlie's perspective. You've been told by your stepfather that Santa doesn't exist, basically numbing your imagination and forcing you to look at things from a purely logical perspective. Then not only do you find out that Santa does exist, but your father becomes him. For any kid around his age, of course they will be overjoyed about that.
So you're willing to overlook how much of an asshole your father is, how he barely cares about you, ruins everything he tries to do, and more importantly, not a good person to hang around with, just because he's becoming the mythological person you want to flex to everyone?
Okay, Scott isn't a horrible father. He tries everything to impress his son, and even afterwards, he wants to still keep his visitation right.
Which he fails spectacularly, and you can clearly see its effect on the child and how much he tries to avoid it. Thus, he only likes him because he's the motherfucking Santa Claus. Additionally, he is a motherfucker because if you ask that pendejo for a brother, he will f your mother.
Wait, stop the sleigh. What?
Can we please finish this movie? I am done talking about it.
Okay.
After losing his visitation rights and fully transforming into Santa Claus, Scott tries to visit Charlie, which basically leads to child kidnapping.
But wait, didn't Charlie go with Scott consensually?
Well, in the eyes of the law, it's still kidnapping. Speaking of the law, now we're probably at the funniest part of the movie. Because it's just the cops hunting down Santa. Like, I'm not kidding, they go on raid parties and manhunts, arresting any Santa they see, and after capturing the Santa, they interrogate him like it's a common criminal. Which, considering he breaks into people's homes, makes total sense.
It's a great series of scenes and highlights the surprisingly strong humor the film has. It mostly comes from the dialogue and visual gags, which always gets a chuckle out of me.
It's the most predictable, repetitive, and lowest common denominator type of humor you can think of. Which, to put it in simple terms, basically means it's fucking shit.
Come on, it has like 2 fart jokes in the whole movie.
Yeah, and there's like, what, 1,000 wordplay jokes, which I'm really not a fan of.
The wordplay is great, I don't see the problem with them.
Well, you don't see it because you're blinded by your love of Christmas.
I never let my personal bias affect my critical thinking.
Shut up! I don't want to hear that bullshit anymore.
With Santa in prison, the elves pull a reverse card and send their equivalent of the FBI to break him out. Santa takes Charlie back to his house, where his wife and Neil find out that Santa does exist, basically forcing them to reconsider their beliefs. They all make amends, and Scott tells Charlie that he will always be there if he needs him, before heading out in his sleigh.
His people need him. I have completely lost it.
And that was the Santa Claus, and I can say,
You shouldn't be harsh for it because it's a Christmas movie. Yeah, to that I'll say it. Believe it or not, there's bigger problems than it just being a typical Christmas movie. It's very cliche and predictable, typical of Christmas movies, which leads to the film being a bore fest with nothing of interest. The pacing is all over the place, especially in the second half of the movie. The plot demands outcomes that really do not deserve it or make absolutely no sense. All the characters are one-dimensional and annoying to even see them on screen. And to top it all off, it managed to make me mad because of its basic-ass humor. This movie drove me insane. It has not aged well and it will never be great. I'm not even gonna give it a rating. I'm just gonna leave you with this video. Wow! That is it. That is all I have to say.
well, if I'm allowed to talk, this was a very charming Christmas movie.
The whole film has this nice atmosphere that gives it a very Christmas feel. The humor is mostly solid with some really laugh out loud moments. Some of the scenes with Charlie and Scott are really sweet and warms my heart. Some of the effects may not have aged well, but the set design for the workshop is fantastic. And overall, this is just a really nice, innocent movie that has the spirit of the holiday in its sleeves.
Nothing spectacular, but it's a solid film that's worth watching during the holidays. I give it a 7 out of 10.
I would continue ranting about it, but I'm just glad we're done here.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, pressing the bell icon, or leaving a simple comment.
Just go away!
Aside from that, I hope you all have a wonderful
Or terrible
holiday
rest
season.
of your no!
Come on, Kevin.
Shut up! I don't want to hear anymore! Stop not getting my finger raises! The least you can do for making me suffer!
It really wasn't that bad of a movie. Alright, so I'm guessing you want the Bakugo and the Goshi figures.
What else do you think? Hurry the fuck up!
Into the cart they go. Goodbye, the star set. On it. Haha.
I shall ascend from the heavens. Welcome to Good Critic, Bad Critic.
Characters are meant to be more mature. I heard that.
Die!